Friday. This is going to be a Friday Reads kind of vlog, if you will. Yeah, why don't we just go ahead and get started. I'm about to catch these taillights.
Yes, can I help you?
Yeah, can I get a medium coffee with cream and sugar and hot coffee with a little bit of ice?
Medium
And
hot coffee, cream and sugar, lace ice.
yeah, just to cool it off a bit.
Yeah, I got it. No problem. Anything else?
And a chocolate frosted donut.
One chocolate frosted or anything else?
That's it.
Grab a premium. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So, my coffee. Let's see. Sometimes this particular Dunkin' can be hit or miss. Not a miss, but not a hit. Let's see. And it looks like somebody fingered my donut. Look at that. Aww. Over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go. So here we are. I've brought you here before for my, it was my 1 year anniversary on BookTube, I think, or it may have been my birthday, or it could have been both. Either way, so this is one of my favorite parks to come to, and I'll zoom in, but there are some people down by the pond and they are fishing, and it's really quiet. It's really quite peaceful, and I'm really hoping that they have the fountains going. I usually like to sit on the other side of the park, but today, well, actually I'll probably walk on the other side as well. But I thought I would just stop here for a few minutes. There's what you're seeing right now is a gazebo. It has been closed. I don't know if it's open now, but it probably is still closed. If it's open, then I'll take you up there. But you can also see there's a fountain there and some lily pads. I thought I would talk about each book that I'm reading right now for Friday. Well, for the Friday Reads portion, I thought I would talk about each book at a different spot within the park. I thought that would be fun. So the first, actually it's not even a book, it's a short story. And it's by Roxane Gay, and it's called Graceful Burdens. It was an interesting short story because you could go to the library and check out a baby. And I was like, what? You can rent a baby? So the premise of the story is that there are people that are classified as able to become parents and get married, and then there are those that are classified as not being able to get married and have kids. So having said that, the babies are the products of relationships that weren't supposed to happen. So the products of men and women who were deemed that they weren't able to get married and or have children. So people that aren't able to have kids, they can go to the library and they can actually browse through a card catalog, like the description was kind of like an old-fashioned card catalog. So you can flip through the card catalog and find a baby that suits you, and then you check them out for like, I think it's 3 days or something like that. You take them home and you take care of them, and then you bring them back. And you can, and babies are, they do that until they're like 3, and then they move on, the babies move on to something else. It could sound like it could be, you know, a nice home or something more sinister. So I guess it depended on the baby. So I thought it was an interesting concept, and I don't want it, because it's a short story, it's only like 20 something pages. I don't want to give too much away, but that's kind of the premise, that one girl goes to rent or check out a baby, and she's taking care of the baby, and things happen. So it's an interesting story. I really did enjoy it. So if you want something that's quick and easy to read, it is a little sad, but it's a quick and easy read. But I definitely say go check that out. Oh, somebody lost their little sock monkey at a different area in the park. I don't know if you can see the duck, and there's another fountain. I'm usually on a little further up where you can see this particular fountain better. So, and there's a guy over there where I usually sit, and he's fishing right now, so don't want to disturb them. So I'll probably talk about 2 books in this clip. I don't know if you can see the sock monkey back there, but I wanted to talk a little more about the books that I'm reading, and that I've read, things that I've read. So I just started Song of Solomon by Toni Morrison. I'm reading it again, and it's a buddy read with Britt from Britt Writerly, and I just started it again last night. I'm also reading I'm Waiting for You by Kimbo Young, which is, I don't know if you can hear the geese in the background, but like I said, I'm reading I'm Waiting for You by Kimbo Young. It's an arc that I have, and it's a book of 4 interconnected short stories. And the first one, I'm Waiting for You, I like the concept, I like the premise. It's written in epistolatory format, and there are 15 letters to the guy. It's an unnamed narrator, and he's writing letters to his unnamed fiance. So this takes place in a future Korea, in which there's space travel, so you can go into space, vacation, or do whatever it is that you're doing. And for each, like, for example, they're in space a couple of months, and it will be like several years by the time they get back to Earth. The groom is on one ship and the bride is on another, and so they're writing letters back and forth. There ends up being a problem, and he's like, I gotta get off of here. And so he ends up on another vessel, and she ends up on another vessel, and it's just a whole mess. So he is constantly, I can't say that enough, he is constantly talking about the wedding venue and the deposit that he's made. And I'm like, dude, I don't think that's what's important at this moment in time, but that's all he talks about. And then halfway through, his mindset changes because of an event that happened, and he's not talking about the wedding venue and the deposit that he's made anymore. he switches to talking about something else, which is better, but yet still annoying. So I don't know. I have to read the other stories in order to get a handle on it and to see if I like the collection. But so far, after just this one collection, not a fan at all. So it was written in 2015 and just translated, I think last year. I have to double check that, but it was just recently translated into English. I don't know how I feel about it, but it's just, in general, the story is about love, memories, the past, time being a construct, a loose construct at that, and yeah, I just don't know how I feel about it. We'll see. And I'll check back in with you. I have one more book that I want to talk about. The gazebo looks like it's open. Let's see if I can make it up these steps. Lord have mercy. If I don't, it'll be on video that I fell. And I'm not going to edit it out, so. To film in the gazebo, but the lighting is really bad, and so now I'm standing outside the gazebo, and I don't know if you can see the fountain in the background, but it's there. So the last book that I have is a book of poetry, and I'm not a big poetry reader, but I got this as an e-arc from NetGalley, and I started reading it on my e-reader, and I was like, I have to buy this when it comes out. So I didn't even finish reading it. I am about halfway through, and I am loving it. I don't get emotional when I read, or things that I read. There may be instances in which it may touch me, but I don't get emotional. And there were several poems that I read that I just absolutely, I teared up. I got angry. I had a lot of feels for several of them already. And the book is called The Black Girl Called Home, and it's by Jasmine Man, or is it Mans? Anyway, there'll be a picture of the book anyway, but I am absolutely 100% loving it. And if my phone drops, it's because there's a wasp and I'm allergic. So anywho, nature, it's lovely, but it's awful. What was I saying? So anyway, I don't think that Jasmine, I don't think that this book of poetry is getting enough love, and it is one that I seriously recommend that you check out. I mean, definitely run out, go get this book, be it from your local library, your local indie, your favorite bookstore that you want to support. Go and get this book of poetry. there's definitely something in there for everyone. I highly recommend it. I probably have talked more about this than I have talked about the other books that I'm reading or that I've read in all the other clips. But so far, I think this is, like I said, I'm halfway through and I'm loving it, and I just can't say enough about it. And on Instagram, if you follow her on Instagram, because I started following her, she has read a couple of the poems, and hearing them read aloud by her just adds another level of emotion for me anyway. So again, go check it out. Black Girl Call Home by Jasmine Mans. And I think I'm gonna finish that this weekend maybe, and I'll check back in later and let you know my final thoughts on it. But like I said, I think it's gonna be top tier for me. So that was the Friday reads, and I'm gonna hightail it up out of here because there's not only one wasp. I think this wasp brought its whole wasp family, and I think they're looking at me. They're like staring me down, y'all. So I think I need to vacate, and I will see y'all later. Bye. As I was leaving the gazebo, I saw this shed, and it looks a little ominous to me. So in the comment section, tell me what you think of this shed. And also, I neglected to do an outro. If you like this content, please make sure you give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell to be notified of new content. And last time, I will see you guys later. Bye.